people, what's going on? Welcome to In Love with Kimberly Michael. She is me, I'm her. And we are on Savage Calm Entertainment with the dopest producer ever, Jim Savage. Uh, and we are live, and I'm sharing the show, of course, and doing some, amongst other things that y'all didn't see nothing about. And so I ain't even waiting for nobody to get on here because I'm about to drink this wine and talk shit about. It's funny because I had a conversation with somebody today about men and women, and he was saying it's no wonder that women feel the way that we feel about men. And I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. But it's fine, not in a bad way. I feel like men feel the same way. I mean, maybe we're on the same page. Maybe we're doing the same thing. Maybe that's why they're so conflicting, because we mirror each other. And us women being all masculine, we really mirror the men now. So, but this is what we talking about. Y'all know that I inbox Jay. He's the most patient person I know. I inbox him all the time with shit. I'm like, look at this shit. Look at this bullshit. You seen this? We gonna talk about this. I know he gets tired of his inbox popping up, but it's necessary because I go back through minutes. So yet again, another, I guess, I don't know, motivational speaker. I don't know. Some of these men on my timeline are like motivational speakers, or they have this huge following. And I don't know who they cater to. I think they cater to false narratives on women, about women. And this is one of them. And this is what we're going to talk about: demanding women. This is his post, August 2nd. Ladies have to learn to demand marriage or walk away. First of all, we could talk about this in so many different ways. What way should we talk about first? Let's talk about the narrative and what he's saying. Like, so he's encouraging women to be demanding, right? Y'all are going to say that's not what he said. No, it is what he said. He is encouraging women. Ladies, we have to learn how to demand marriage. Next thing you know, we're demanding this and we're demanding that, and we want this and we want that and we want these things, and you know, our living room has to look like this and our cars have to look like this, and who gives a fuck what the bank accounts look like, right? Why would you encourage a demanding woman? And then in the next breath, I guarantee you, if I go down his timeline, he's saying something about women that are aggressive or masculine or independent or whatever. I guarantee it. I guarantee if I went down his timeline, this is what I would find something. Yet he pushes a narrative that's encouraging us to be demanding in marriage. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is, if you are in a relationship, I say this shit all the time. I don't understand not walking away. I guess, I mean, I do. I was there for 20 years. But now at this age, knowing what I know and done the healing and done the work and doing it and still doing the work and still healing, I'm not hanging out. I'm not making demands. Demand? You want me to demand that you behave or do a certain thing to make me happy? Fuck what you feel, right? Like, you should know going into a relationship if this man even wants to ever be married. Me being single, I've been asking questions, but not probably but I want to know up front, first day, second day, first day, really. You know, I truly and deeply believe in marriage. Do you? Period. Is it ever your intention, not with me necessarily, but is it ever your intention to be married? Right? Is it ever your intention to be married? Because some men will tell you, no, I'm never getting married again. Or I've never been married and I'm probably not going to be married. I don't believe in the institution of marriage. I don't believe in whatever. But they will tell you. I do not continue a relationship with them. For what? For why? they're not even interested in marriage. We're not going to work together, right? I'm not going to fuck around with this cat, which is, just a random person. I'm not speaking on anybody specific, but I'm not going to fuck around with this cat. He has no desire to be married. And then we in a relationship, and then 3 years in, 5 years in, I got no ring. I'm pissed off. I thought, since we was in love in the beginning, that he was going to choose what I wanted him to choose for me to be happy. Like, no, I'm not doing that. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. Then I'm going to start demanding, either you're going to marry me or I'm walking away. Really? How about you just walk away? How about you didn't choose him in the first place because you already knew from the jump you guys were not, your end goals were not even the same. And now you want us to get in here and start demanding shit and demanding things and telling you this is what you got to do. Hey, Silky. Hey, love. This is what we got to do. Now we're demanding, and then there's ultimatums. And I know Gilly will get on here, and how she believes, kind of, if you will. I don't know if belief's a good word, but she definitely, she believes in ultimatums. She thinks, which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with people who do it. That's about y'all. I'm not doing it. I don't want to be giving someone an ultimatum, like you either do this or you do this. I feel like if we're in a relationship and I have the need or have the desire or feel like that's necessary for me to do, I feel like I'm not going to give the ultimatum. I'm just going to walk away. I mean, I don't even understand why anybody would even get what. And once again, then we get in there, right? Then we break up. Now we're pissed off and we're telling all our friends that this dude ain't shit because he wouldn't marry you after 3 years, or he wouldn't marry you after 5 years, or however long you stayed in the relationship, thinking that he was going to just miraculously wake up one day and change his whole idea and thought and process about marriage. And if he was, he would have already done that. So there's that. Even if you say, oh, well, he could have changed his mind. Yeah, you're right. He could have, but he already would have at this point. You see what I'm saying? So either way, you chose a man who did not, that's something big. That's not something little. That's something big. You don't just walk into a relationship with someone, know that you don't have the same end goals or some of the same core values, and then blame them because they didn't change into who you needed them to be from day one, that you knew they weren't going to be or weren't capable of being. But again, which one is it for the men? That's my really, I say this thing's about demanding women, but why are we encouraging this behavior? As men, that's a man. That's a man saying, hey, Cherie, we're talking about a post that says, I mean, I know I can't go back to everybody, but it's fine. Ladies have to learn to demand marriage or walk away. And I'm saying, if you're at a place where you have to demand something, especially something like marriage, like that's not okay. And these are questions you need. These are questions you need to ask people that are at the age that are looking to be married or have already been married and looking to remarry. That's a serious ass question. And Gilly will tell you the same. She'll say, you shouldn't tell and say everything that you say in the very beginning. I don't give a damn. If you in the beginning are immediately like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting married, I have no desire to, and you haul ass, cool, because we weren't compatible in that sense anyway. If you are, I mean, again, I've had this conversation. What's up, Blazer? I love you too. And even when you're rowdy, and I don't think we should encourage this behavior. I don't think we should be, that just encourages more bad behavior, more toxic shit. We choose men we shouldn't. We don't ask the questions we need to ask that are the most important. Just like me with the Christian stuff. It's serious for me. And a Christian man will be like, no, I really dig you. It's not going to be a problem, da da da. But it's going to be a problem. And I'm not going to ask you to change in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going to ask you to decrease yourself. I'm not going to ask anything of you that would make you less than who you are to suit me or what I believe. Would never do that. This is why relationships fail. We get in relationships with people who we know they're not red flags. They're not even red. I don't even think all of them are red flags. You can't say that a guy that doesn't want to get married is a red flag because you want to get married. See what I'm saying? Oh, it's a red flag if he doesn't want to get married. No, it's not. He needs another chick that doesn't want to get married. Shauna that comes on the show all the time, she doesn't want to get married. She needs a dude who doesn't want to get married. Why would she engage with a guy who wants to be married? She knows who she is. She knows this decision that she's come to this decision. She knows exactly what she wants. And so why would she engage with someone who really deeply wants to be in a relationship? In a marriage. It doesn't make sense. Once I got to a place, let me see what Cherie said. I'm going to try to do better on the comments. Once I got to a place where I was ready for marriage, I didn't entertain men who weren't in the same. And I knew even in that everyone that I met who was ready for marriage wasn't going to be the one for me. Exactly. Yes, I could not have said it better myself. Everybody ain't the one, but the one is. Everybody you meet is not the one. I can't say that I didn't fall into that hole like, oh my God, he might be the one every time, right? I can't say that I didn't have a moment of time when that happened to me. But the minute I realized what I was doing, the minute I realized what I was doing, I was like, okay, let's make this make sense to my own self, right? Because I'm doing it. I'm making all the choices in my life, right? So let's make this make sense at this point, right? And I really was like, okay, get it. So that was the end of that, basically, right? Now I don't have any expectations on anybody. I have learned that I will meet people and I will fall in love with them and I will fall out of love with them and they will fall in and out of love with me. And some of them will stay and some will move on and some will stay for longer than others and some will stay forever. It's just the ebb and flow of my life. So now I don't have any expectations. If you're him, you're fucking him and you're going to be him. And I will know soon enough that you're going to be him. If you're not him and, whatever be the case, it really, whatever way you want to look at it, it just is what it is. And it's not even I'm going with the flow kind of thing either, because I don't really care for that. But the one thing that I'm definitely not do is demanding anything of any of these men at all. I'm not asking anything of them. The only thing, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm going to tell you the one thing I asked of them, that I ask of them. I ask them to be their true 100% authentic self in front of me, in my presence. Whatever they have to do out in the world, whatever they have to do with their job, whatever they have to do in front of their family, whatever they have to do in front of whomever, I don't really care. It stops in my presence. I need you to show up as authentically as you possibly can. I am not here. What's going on, K Boogie? I am not here to pass judgment. I am not here to judge you. But I am here to determine if we have any type of future together. I am here to determine that. That is a definite. And I need to see exactly who you are so that I can make that decision. So I need you to be authentic. I do ask that of you. Everything else, I need you to be exactly who the fuck you are all the time. Because baby, I might be peaceful, but ain't nobody say nothing about having patience and peace at the same time. So I ain't got no patience when it comes to certain things. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to get to me. And it takes a lot to stay with me. And I don't mean a lot on that person. I mean, it takes a lot of person, right? A lot of character, a lot of integrity, a lot of peace. It takes a lot of that to continue to be in my presence, man and or woman. You know what I'm saying? If you are, negative isn't even a good word. that I really want to use. But in any way, shape, or form, you're projecting, hostility or, you know, just badass behavior. We talk about this all the time, but just any type of really bad behavior that's not healthy behavior. Maybe I should change it to unhealthy behavior, any kind of unhealthy behavior. I don't have the patience for it. But I don't, again, how are we going to tell? How are the men telling us? I think it's just an utter contradiction for us to demand marriage or walk away. Again, if you're at a point where you're demanding, wouldn't you just walk away? Why would you even demand it? I mean, has anybody on here, has anybody demanded that they do something to you or for you? Have you ever demanded somebody do something? Like, I don't know, it could be as simple as stop smoking. Like, if you don't stop smoking, well, that's ultimatum though. See, it's all kind of, I demand that you marry me or I'm leaving. It's an ultimatum. It's a demand, but you have to follow through with something, right? You can't just say, I demand that you marry me in the next 6 weeks. Or what? Or you're going to stay and you're never going to bring it up again? Or you're going to stay and you're going to bring it up every other week? But there has to be something. You don't just say, I'm going to demand marriage. You're going to say, I'm going to demand marriage if you say no. Or what if you say yes and then you wait another 6 years? I demand respect. Okay. I think that we all kind of demand, I don't know about demand if being a good word. I don't know that I understand what you're saying, Blazer. I don't know about how I feel about demanding respect. I mean, some people just ain't gonna respect you no matter what. They just are not going to even consider showing you any kind of respect. And, you know, I think people either show up respectful or they don't. And I just don't need to be in their presence. What's going on, Mr. Collins? Be honest about your wants and needs. We all should absolutely agree. Of course, absolutely agree. We all should definitely. Cherie said, usually when that happens, women don't follow through with the consequences and lose respected boundaries in the relationship. I fucking agree with that shit too. Everybody on the same page tonight, because listen, ain't nobody, and first of all, me as a woman, I don't want any demands. I say all the time, don't obligate me to do shit. I'll do anything for you. I will literally do anything for the man that I'm with. You don't need to obligate me to do shit. Period. You don't need to obligate me. That's demanding. I'm you demanding me to do something. All this shit is the same. Just some, a few here, a few different words here and there. That's it. It's all the fucking same shit. Subscribe. I can just stop and say that. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the shit out of the show. I like to say that. But if you're here, whether you know it or not, the goal is to have as many likes as we have people. So make sure no matter what you hit that you like the show, right? You all already do a fucking amazing job at the comments. So, and I appreciate y'all for sharing time. But subscribe, like, hit the like, thumbs up, which I feel like we should be able to change that. But anyway, and share the shit out the show. And thanks for showing up and talking. And anybody that wants to hop on can always hop on. I hope y'all know that. That icon is cute. Oh, I thought I missed a comment. I'm so sorry. I should be drinking heavily right now. I have had a fucking week from hell. I've had moments of a week from hell. Let me say that. I've had moments of hell during my week, but my week has not been hell. And it's only fucking Tuesday, right? It feels like it's Friday already. So I don't want to be demanded of anything. And I don't understand us wanting. So nobody answered. Have any of y'all been, aside from demanding respect, which I get, I'm not minimizing that. I'm just saying other than that, because I think everybody does. I'm just wondering if anybody's ever said to you guys, like, or if you've ever demanded something out of a relationship that you wanted, that like a commitment or monogamy or marriage or an engagement or vice versa. Is anybody, I'm just curious. I don't know that that's ever happened to me. I can't say that. Not that part of it. Not that part of it. Honesty. You demand honesty? Is that what you're saying, Sophie? Or somebody demand? I mean, this is what I'm saying. If you put anything behind it besides marriage, I demand honesty. So I'm in a relationship with someone, he's not being honest, and I demand that he be honest or I'm going to walk away. Make that make sense. We can use respect too. We can use the words respect too. Women need to start demanding respect or walk away. So you're with somebody, he disrespects you constantly, and then you demand that he respect you or you're leaving. Well, I mean, seriously? Same thing. So back to the marriage. Demand marriage. Demand it. Demanding marriage. Or you're walking away. Again, ultimatum. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Demanding, to be honest, in a way, women should demand marriage. Okay, when should they demand the marriage then? When should they demand the marriage, Silky? And I'm just saying it to, I'm saying when before babies and sex. Okay, so first day one, that's me. I'm not demanding it, but I'm telling you that I want it. I'm not having no babies though. But we had mine, they grown. But so basically day one, day three, I mean, within the first month at least, I mean, I don't know how long standard is for women holding out for sex for men. Apparently, per men, some women don't give them sex. It's crazy to me. But anyway, I watched have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that there are demands you can make? Demand that your significant other stop doing drugs, beating you, treating your kids like they don't matter, etc. See, and I'm saying if you're with somebody who's doing drugs, beating you, and treating your kids like they don't matter, why are you even having a conversation with this person at this point and making any demands on them? Why aren't you demanding that you choose you and your children and walk the fuck away? That's what I'm saying. Nobody waits. Nobody waits for what? Blazer. Nobody waits for what? Sheree, I feel like respect, honesty, and some of these other things are bare minimum in any type of relationship, whether it's friendship or romantic. If those things aren't naturally present, I'm absent. I don't have time to beg grown ass people to give me baseline. I mean, for lack of a better, yes, I agree. I agree with that 100%. Absolutely. It doesn't make any sense not to do that. That's how I feel about it. I'm not demanding. To me is like begging. I'm begging you to do this. I don't know about y'all, and maybe some of you have not experienced this, but I spent 20 years begging a man. So you can best believe the last thing I'm going to do is beg. And I'm glad you said it that way, Sheree, for real, because yeah, maybe that's why with me. Maybe that's why it don't sit right with me. I'm sure that it is because I'm feeling some type of way right now about it. So I don't know. I know a lot of you might not follow me on my podcast on Sunday nights, but we talk a lot about healing, and I'm extremely transparent on purpose. I feel like I mean, I'm definitely healing for myself, but I'm kind of okay with healing publicly because I feel like, nobody showed me how to heal. And for me right now in this moment, this is one of and I'm just being honest, as selfish as it may sound, this is one of my healing moments for me. right? Because this shit sat so wrong with me when I read it, and it didn't click. Beg and demand are not two totally different things. No, I don't agree to that at all. They're very similar. They might be different, but they're very similar. If you demanded something, you saying, "Hey, I need you to do that. I'm demanding that you do this." You begging somebody to do something. Yeah, absolutely. If a man or woman wants marriage, they should establish a timeline. It's okay to say what you want. I agree. I don't know about the timeline thing because you never know. Like, you might love me. We might say 6 months and you might love me in 3 days. I can't stand to be without me another moment. So I'm down with getting married after 40. Yes. Okay. They're not, I understand what you're saying, that like definition wise, beg and demand are not the same, but I don't think they're two totally different things. I think they're very similar. You begging a man, you begging him, please do this so that I feel better so that we can have this. No, that's definitely, and listen, even if they're not the same, it's what I needed to hear to understand why this don't sit well with me and where I'm at and where I need to heal at. So if you don't have to agree with me, Blazer. You don't have to agree with me. But them two words to me make sense. And one triggered something that made something make sense to me. So I'm cool with that. We cool. I'm cool with that because we ain't all here to all. I'm not here again. I'm not here to make you believe something I believe. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm literally just here to have conversation, and talk about some of the bullshit that goes on and some of the shit women do that ain't fucking cool and it ain't right, and some of the men that instigate us to have these things that we do that ain't cool and ain't right. It's just not okay. What whole lot of BS going on. It is absolutely, honestly ridiculous. I mean, the shit I see, and you know, I've been a little bit more curious than I would be just out of curiosity. And I've been asking people shit, and like guys I run across and shit that are dating, and I'm like, so what's really up with these chicks on the other side? Like what's really fucking going on? Like for real going on? Because I get a lot of like, I get stood up all the time. Um, Guys will say like, hey, we're gonna go to dinner, whatever, and I'll be like, that's fine, or lunch. I don't care either way, and I'm not a fancy prancy chick or whatever. I can just go have drinks. But and then they'll be like a few weeks ago, a guy talked to me for like, I don't know, maybe a month. He wasn't exciting or anything, but he was consistent, kind of, sort of every few days, hey, what's up, whatever. And he asked me out on a date, and he was like, let's go out on Saturday. That's the best time for me, around this time, da 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 da. And he texts me like a week past the day that we were supposed to go out. What's up, beautiful? Fucking stupid. Like, I don't understand all of the stuff that goes on, but this is the way I look at it. I would rather know immediately, before I have any vested and spent any valuable time with somebody, that they just not gonna be for me. Not at all. Like, that's fine with me. I'm cool with somebody doing something quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I found out immediately because, again, I'm not demanding shit later on. I'm just leaving. What's up, Teresa? I'm just leaving. I'm not making any. I'm not demanding you. I'm not asking you. I'm not begging you, and I'm not negotiating with you. And y'all know how I feel about this. I'm not compromising. I'm not compromising, and I'm not asking you to reciprocate something that I'm doing. What's going on, Shauna? I was just talking about you. Subscribe, like, share the shit out of the show. Make sure you hit the like, even if you're on here. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like. And I'm not doing any of those things, and I don't want to put a lot of time in unless it's something that I can really grow from. And you don't ever know that anyway. I mean, you hope that you grow from the shit that you go through. You hope that you make better decisions based on the ones you make that weren't the greatest for you. But fuck, we don't know. But I'm telling people up front and personal, ABC about me. ABC about me. If any of those 3 things scare you, I'm just using 3 as a number. It was all good shit. We were talking about me wanting to be married and you not wanting to be married in the best way possible. In the best way possible. So, for real. But so I would rather know. Like, I feel like it's the universe, getting everyone out of the way and allowing me to heal along the way and be the best person that I can be. But this demanding stuff, and this goes back to, I don't even know how many times I've touched on this shit. Like, who do we think we are as women? Like, who do we think we are? Right? We've all been through it. We've all been hurt. We know that we act up. We are publicly admitting that we act up on a regular basis. We post memes and pictures of us acting up, acting the fuck up, for real. And then we mad, telling a man to go get him some do right, go get you some get right, go get you some, you better act right, you better do this, you better do that. Demand. And then men are like, all y'all do is bitch and demand and ask for shit and all this. And then another man comes behind you and goes, hey, women, start demanding, blah, blah, blah. Like, do y'all even understand what kind of like horrendous cycle we're in right now and what we're doing? This is why I say fuck these narratives that they have out there. I'm going to create my own narratives. Bottom line. What's up, unapologetic? What's going on, people? What's up? Okay, people just being not talking to each other, so I don't have to comment on the comments. But what's going on, everybody? Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And share and all that. Like, share the shit out the show. Subscribe. Hit that. You see Jay? Did y'all know Jay sings and he's bow-legged? He's a catch. Ladies, I don't know his status. I'm just saying. Anyway. Back to the demanding part. I think there was another, Jay, I'm pretty sure there was another, something else I sent you. Hold on. Let me try to find it real quick, you guys. Let me try to find it real quick. Because I was going through it and I was like, man, I should have sent this one. But it was the same thing. It was similar. Like I don't know exactly what it said. But it said something to, oh God, I just had it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it, y'all. Here it is. Same thing. This is similar bullshit right here. I'm trying to hype you up. I'm trying to hype my producer up, you guys. Okay. I'm trying to hype him up. Okay, so this one says, fellas, if your woman don't like something, all she got to do is speak on it once and it shouldn't happen again. It's not that you're whipped. It's called respect. Y'all got to say something about that. I know y'all about to say something about that. Y'all ain't going to tell me you ain't got nothing to say about that. Do I need to reread it? Because this is some bullshit right here. This is what this is. This is some bullshit. But this is the fucking mindset that some of us women have. This is the way we fucking think. Like, once I tell you something, it shouldn't happen again. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck am I? Who am I? I ain't your mama. I'm not your spiritual advisor. I'm not your guide. I'm not your guru. I'm not none of those things. I'm your balance. Period. What we no, I'm not telling you to do shit. That's not what I'm there for. I tell my kids this in a different capacity, but I used to tell them all the time, I'm your mama, not a maid. I'm not going to go around and picking you up. What's up, 7? What's going on, sir? You crazy, period. I am not crazy. I rebuke that. I'm not crazy at all. I'm the best kind of woman. I'm teachable and receptive. And I check my own fucking self because I don't want to act up. I'm sorry. I don't want to act up. I have no desire. And I feel like women demanding shit and begging for shit. And, you know, that's exactly what they're doing. That's exact. Kim crazy? No, not at all. Exactly, Silky. See, seven knows. Seven knows. But we need. This is. Let's go back to this. Let me just read this one more time. What it says. It says, if your woman don't like something, all she got to do is speak on it once, and it shouldn't happen again. It's not that you're whipped. It's called respect. So one person, I talked to two different people this week, men, who told me that, and both of them are close to me. One may or may not be a relative, and both of them were talking about the issues with just wanting to go have your own time in a relationship, that a woman does not want you to have your own time in a relationship. They don't want you to go, say, play basketball, or they don't want you to go over to, say, your friend's house. And if you're a gamer, I'm just using this as an example, and play a game or watch a game. Go over, you guys like the same team or whatever, and you go over to their house, even in the situations where 90% of your time that you have free is spent with them. I disagree on what? I disagree with you on what? With me? And they're probably referencing liking a female's picture too. Who? Y'all know I talk faster than I read, right? So now I'm five. What's that little? Got a little baby moth in here. Y'all don't know what I'm gonna say next because I'm thinking about it heavy. Like, so, but I want to know. So so give me a second. I'm trying to fix my comments. I can't see the M and until afterwards. I have to click on something. So hold on. Paul Winston was good. Oh, so anyway, I just can't see me doing this or being this way. And I mean, are y'all like this? Or have you been around people like this that are just always telling you what to do and how to do it? Like, I don't get that. Yes, I feel like if me or my mate speaks on something that makes us uncomfortable in the relationship, it should be addressed. I mean, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeable with I don't disagree with that. Yes, I feel like if me or my mate speaks on something that makes us uncomfortable in the relationship, it should be addressed. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. What's up, Paul Winston? What's going on, sir? Good to see you. Um, no, I agree with that. I mean, there's definitely things that need to have conversations, but I'm not telling you what to do. If you're doing something so disrespectful or so out of character that we have a conversation with you, I am still within that conversation not going to tell you what to do. I'm going, if I get to the conversation, this is just me, and I decide to move forward after I've already seen repeated behavior and figured out this person is who they are, possibly. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. If you make it to that conversation, I'm going to sit my ass back, shut my mouth up, and I'm going to watch what you do. I'm not speaking on it again. The next decision I make will be that I will be packing my things and I will be leaving. And it won't take long for me to figure that out. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to, I'm not going to make demands. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to tell somebody what to do. I don't want, I have no desire to be in a relationship where I have to have these types of conversations with the man that I'm with. I have absolutely no desire. And keep in mind, y'all, I'm not 25 years old. Okay? I'm 52 years old. I'm too old to be literally trying to grow and evolve with a man my age. We both trying to heal. We doing all. I, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm just some healed and I'm up here and I'm all this. That's not what I'm saying. But I need somebody that is aware enough to know where he's at in his healing journey. At the bare minimum, to be that aware and that focused on it. Because we are always going to evolve. We are always going to change. There's always going to be things that are different. And that's why we have to be as authentic as we can be to each other. There is nothing about either one of these statements about demanding marriage or about telling a man what to do that is okay. Yet it's all over the internet. It's all over everything. Jay said, if you guys are watching from Facebook, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and like this video. Yes, do that. We're on Facebook Live too. Is that what you're saying? So you want some better than you to save you. Me? To save me? I don't need to be saved. Why? Who's better than me? Who am I better than? I don't think that I'm better than anybody or anybody's better than me. I think we're all fucked up and on some crazy journey, and that's just that. You want some better than you to. Okay, so anyway, I'm just not going to be in a position for any of this to be going on. And I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. I'm not going to go back and forth with someone. I'm not going to make demands. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to ask them anything. And I think us pushing those narratives are absolute nonsense. Why would we push a narrative that tells a woman to be demanding, to be begging, to be telling a man what to do? Why are we pushing these narratives? Why are the men pushing narratives? Why are men pushing? If you're developing and they are too, then how are you different? I'm not sure of the questioning. Like I don't know the verbiage, and I'm not being funny. But did I say that I am different? Then how are you different? Every one of us is unique, Miss Jones. Every one of us is unique. All of us are on a journey. All of us have had trauma and pain. Okay, most of us have had trauma and pain in our lives. Some of us are healing, some of our. So I want a Prince Charming to come in. I mean, I'm not looking for Prince Charming to come in and do what? Why do you feel that I feel? What am I projecting to you that makes you feel like I'm saying I want to be saved by someone? So this is the second time you're basically saying, I want to be saved. I want a Prince Charming. What am I saying to you that makes you feel that way? I'm not looking for anything. I'm preparing myself. I'm self-actualizing. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm healing. I'm doing shadow work. I'm doing everything that I can to be the best woman that I can be. I'm not looking for anything. I'm preparing myself. Period. I'm not out here looking. I don't have a bullet list. I don't need anyone to save me. This isn't about anybody saving me. This is about narratives that are being pushed that encourage women to make demands on men, who encourage women to tell other men, their men, what to do and who to be. Do you want to be married? You talking to me, Blazer? Not petty stuff like going out with friends, but if my mate says something is bothering him, I'm going to consider his feelings. And in building our relationship works to compromise or make changes to help us grow. And in finding the right one, I get the same in return. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm not a fan of compromise either. Based on what you said, preparing for. So if you are still finding yourself and then you shouldn't be with anyone. I'm not with anyone, Miss Jones. Hello. but I'm dating. I date men. I go out. I have a good time. I enjoy myself. They enjoy themselves. So, And I'm always going to be preparing. It's never my intention to stop becoming who I am. I'm going to continue to always become more than I am, better than I am, maybe less than I am, but I'm always going to be becoming in every avenue that I'm becoming in. So I'm never going to stop preparing myself. I'm never going to stop growing or evolving. I absolutely have never said I'm willing to compromise. I'm not willing to compromise. Sounds like a disagreement or an angry narrative. I did that knows what he wants or needs. I can't wait to go back and read this because I'm just saying the verbiage that I use. But so I never said I was willing to compromise. You can go back and watch 25,000 of my shows. I'm not willing to compromise, nor am I going to reciprocate. So, and that's just the way that it is. And I am being very clear about what I'm saying. So I am growing, girl. Don't make me jump on to defend my Batman. I mean, for real. And obviously, I have triggered her in some way or upset her in some way that she feels the need to come for me. And that's fine. That's why I'm asking her what I said to her that she feels the need to project all of this on me right now, currently. Because obviously, I said something. Yes, I definitely said that already. I'm not going to compromise. No, I'm not. So I'm not going to compromise. And I'm not going to make demands. Again, back to these narratives that are being pushed in the community that are not helping, they're divisive. I'm not demanding anything from a man. I don't think well, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry that you feel that I'm contradicting myself, but I'm not compromising and I'm not reciprocating. I'm not going to beg. I'm just not going to be in that type of relationship. Ooh, that's the best you got, baby girl? Is that's why I'm single? Ooh, that's rough on me because I've never heard that before. Tragic. Really tragic, Miss Jones. That's why women are where are in the state of women are in right now because you coming for me for absolutely no reason at all, just to come with me. What are two different concepts? What are two different concepts? I need to know. And feel free to come on the show. Jay, feel free to put the link in so Miss Jones can come on the show and have a conversation with me. Can you do that for me? Come on in, Miss Jones, and let's have a conversation so that I'm not running behind what you're saying and I'm not missing something and you're not missing anything I'm saying. Now I said all women. The link's in the chat. I'm inviting her on the show to have a conversation. I know it's going nowhere. I'm aware of what's happening. I'm not sure she is, but I'm sure my producer, if she does decide to come on and shows any type of just utter disrespect, but I would love for her to come on and have a conversation. I'd love to find out where I contradicted myself. I'd love to know why she is so upset at me. What's causing her so much anguish and angst about what I'm saying, that it's a problem. So let me go back over the first. So the second one, because I know there's a lot of people that are hopping on. That is again, you have some really interesting tendencies, but again, that's not exactly what I said. You definitely everything I've said you have made into your, which I get it, your perception of what I'm saying. I understand that you're perceiving it completely wrong, and that's fine too. I mean, everybody knows how I feel that your perception of me is not my responsibility. So what's going on with the baby mama terrorists? There's no conversation with these demons. That's cute. But so originally, the topic was about a man, one of the males on my timeline posting that he wanted married men, women to start demanding marriage or to walk away. But he'd probably be the first one to be, my woman's demanding. She's trying to tell me what to do and do this and whatnot and this and that and the other. So, then another man, literally, that's on my timeline doing the same thing. They're like motivational speakers. They do a lot of memes. They do a lot of, uh, hashtagging and that kind of thing. They're definitely building a platform with a lot of women followers, but also a lot of men followers as well, I think. But one of them has more men following and one has more women following. So, but they both basically posted the same thing. The one gentleman posted about having a woman demand marriage or to walk away. The other one posted that if we don't like something that you're doing, we just need to speak on it once and that they need to make it happen. And if they don't, it's disrespectful. And again, I don't understand the men saying the stuff that they say about us and how we behave and this sort of thing and blase, and so on and so forth. But then they turn around and they push a narrative like this to say, hey, do this, tell him what to do. Hey, do this, demand this. Hey, do this and do this. So behave this way, but don't behave this way with me, right? Like, do these things, but don't do these things with me. Like, it doesn't make any sense that they're pushing the same narratives that they're also claiming us to, that we have these behaviors. And we do have these behaviors. A lot of us have these behaviors. A lot of us have these behaviors. A lot of us don't. But the reality is that we're out here hyping it up. I don't know how many likes. I mean, this had just went up 32 minutes. He had 8 shares, 8 comments, 60 some people liked it. The other one, and again, and I talk about manifesting and that when you're reading this stuff, it sounds so insignificant, but you read it and then you speak it and then you get your intentions and your emotion behind it. You're all excited because yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's this. And it doesn't, it doesn't make sense, because if you really start looking at the words and what we're doing, we are manifesting all of these things that we say we don't want for ourselves in our relationship. We're manifesting every single one of them. Every single one of them, we're manifesting them. We're doing it. And then we're just perpetuating it with all the social media. Now, I use the social media for content. I use it for marketing. I use it for my own personal, friends, family, whatever, for my podcast, for my real estate, for everything. I use it for everything. But I never really have, every once in a while, I get a few people who come for me. But for the most part, I haven't had a lot of slack on there. Like when I see people on there, doing what they do and saying what they say, and they're arguing in their comments and going back and forth. And, there's like hundreds of comments then. And it's crazy to me because I never really, had a lot other than on the podcast. And, even on my Sunday nights, I told y'all about it. I had a bunch of people that used to come for me on purpose. They would create accounts to come on. So it's usually you, Blazer. You know what? Even when you're giving me the most shit, I still know that we cool and that you're going to be back on. And I appreciate you so much. So, I know that even though we don't agree on everything, you still dope as fuck. So I'm not mad about it. So 7, you coming for me? You should have been here already. We were supposed to have been having drinks and hanging out and acting up and being crazy. So what you waiting for? But nobody really answered, and I'm just curious if you guys are ever been in these situations, or had anybody made demands on you, or uh, try to convince you to do something that you didn't want to do to stay in the relationship or to make them happy, even though it was going to make you unhappy. Like, that's literally what we're talking about. In every relationship, it's a chance. You never know who a person really is until they show their true self. In the beginning of all relationships, both parties try to impress each other until sex and feeling it get involved. That's when you see the difference in people. Like what they accepted in the beginning and what they don't offer after the fact. That's where control, trust, and hurt play there. If a relationship is true all the way through, marriage would be impossible. Marriage is not a demand, it's a privilege. Uh, uh right. I mean, I like agree with part of it and not all of it. And the only part that yes, nobody, but the only part I wouldn't necessarily agree with is that both parties try to get in it to impress each other in the beginning. I know, like, I don't think that's true for everybody. I think a lot of people absolutely do. I've definitely, I mean, I was in a relationship for a year and a half, and the gentleman was very honest with me, and he did, everything I told him that I enjoyed, he did. And he did it for about 8 or 9 months, and then he stopped, and I just straight up asked him, what happened? Is there something that I'm not doing, that I could do, that, whatever, like, what's going on? And he said that no, that he did all those things just to get me, literally, like, he knew that. What's going on, drunk? That he knew that, and that he, that's what he was, that was his intention. So he was very honest that he sent a representative, but not everyone does. That's all I'm saying. Not everyone sends a representative, and everything's a risk. Everything is a risk. And I agree, marriage should not be demanded. And absolutely, absolutely, it should not be a demand. My whole point. Yeah, but I'm too silky. Not gonna happen. I had a female try to pull the "you gotta come to church with me" card. Oh yeah, that happens a lot with me. Girls, okay, let's see what 7 says too. Let me go down the list. Girls make demands, women discuss and have dialogue, and even when the man is wrong, a woman speaks her truth but never tells a man how to be or live. Drunk, that church is. No. Hey everybody. Hey everybody who just showed up, like the show, like the show, like the show, subscribe. You're already comment, which I appreciate all of that. And So 7, are you saying that girls make the man, women discuss and have dialogue, and even when the man is wrong, a woman speaks her truth but never tells a man how to be or live? Oh, you're saying there's a difference between a girl and a woman, I would assume, right? I don't want to assume, but that's what I would say, right? But it has happened, right? I mean, a healed woman wouldn't demand things, and a healed man would do the same. I mean, if you're at a certain place in your healing journey, where you at least at the bare minimum, no one is probably, I mean, I can't speak if people will ever be all the way healed, if I will ever be all the way healed. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be great to think that one day I would wake up and the majority of the wounds that I have, if not all of them, would, just be that, just a memory, just literally a scar. And girls play games, make demands, and tell a man how to be. A man is not looking for his mama, period. That's what I said. I agree. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Thanks, Kate Boogie. I said, yeah, yes, tell a friend to come fall in love with Kimberly. Yeah, all my cousins, I mean, cousins, all my comments came in at quick too, like all of a sudden, a bunch of, maybe everybody typed at the same time. Second situation had nothing to do with the demand, but more to do with respect. What I heard was, when my lady comes to me and tells me there's an issue, she doesn't have to beat me over the head and bring it up over and over. Out of love and respect, she only has to tell me once and it's handled. No demand or ultimatum necessary. I know, but what would that issue be? I mean, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with it, and I understand. But hold on one second. My lady comes to me and tells me I have an issue. I don't know. I don't want to be in a situation where I have to tell somebody they got an issue. So, I definitely don't want to do that. Jay, if we're watching from Facebook, please subscribe to savagecom.entertainment on YouTube and like this video on here, please. Please, please, please. That would be great. That would be great. We would appreciate it. And definitely still do the same here, like and subscribe. And again, you guys are already rocking the comments. So I appreciate everybody who showed up and participated. And so, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop talking in the middle of that. I got a text message I needed to address. Yeah, so Sheree, I don't know know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship with a man. Like, am I gonna have to do that? How many times am I gonna have to do this? Like, how many issues is there gonna be? Like, how much stuff is gonna happen? I feel like us still telling them, like, I feel what you're saying, but I don't feel like you're saying you're telling them. You're literally sitting down, you're having an open dialogue with them about something that may or may not have hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be, right? Like, it's an open dialogue. You're not saying, or are you saying from now on, you better not ever do that again? Are you saying from now on, it's going to happen this way? Or do you simply, in this situation, you're just telling them how you feel about something in hopes that they, out of their love and respect for you, they change their behavior? No, I'm not saying don't speak to people. That's definitely not what I'm saying. And nor have I said that. You read this second. So my comments are literally insane right now. So I don't know what, like, for me to go back and look I'm not gonna be able to do that. I apologize, but I'm not gonna be able to go back and try to, like, decipher. I'm trying to keep up now with the comments because mine are coming through in a bulk. Nothing comes in for a minute and then everything comes in. So what I'm creating, no, oh, I already read that one. No, my partner should not be a mind reader. I definitely didn't say don't speak to anyone. That's not, I mean, I definitely haven't said that at all whatsoever. I'm specifically referring to women making demands on men and telling them what to do. It's not okay. Like, I guess if there's men out there that like to be talked to like that, I guess if there's men out there that want to be involved with the woman who tells him what to do, and he alters his behavior to suit her, and that type of relationship can exist, more power to you guys if that's what we want to do. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for a peaceful environment and a peaceful relationship. Period. I'm not looking for anything else. And I don't have any desire to step outside of that boundary of mine. Everybody else can do what they want. It doesn't make me any, but I know what I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting a peaceful relationship that is joyous and happy. He's a peaceful man. I'm a peaceful woman. We create peace together. We're co-creating peace, and we're creating peace on our own. We are creating happiness for ourselves, and we're co-creating happiness. That's not unrealistic. That's a fucking fact. That is what I'm manifesting in my life. That's why I'm preparing myself and will always prepare myself, because I'm not going to come in demanding and telling a man what to do. I'm not going to do that with my friends or my family or my children either. I'm definitely not going to do that. And if you think that works and it has worked for you in the past, then feel free to continue to do that. But I'm not going to do it. There's just a certain level of healing that I'm at, that I believe in men and women. And I'm not going to take any less than that healing. Just like every one of us should be creating boundaries for ourselves and maintaining those boundaries, not inching them out so that it fits to someone else's. No, no. Create your boundaries, stand on them, be true to them, be true to who you are, and allow a man that's equally yoked, if you will, to be the one that enters your life and not everyone else. And then bitch about the men that you chose. I'm manifesting a Coke and a smile and telling anyone who doesn't know how to act to shut the fuck up and keep it going. 7, you're a mess. But I love you so much. You're just so dope. Link, what you need the link for, Jason? Jason said he needs a link. Or did he say that a long time ago? My apologies if he said that a long time ago. Subscribe and share. Yes. Like, subscribe, and share. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Like, subscribe, and share. Absolutely. And again, I mean, the link has been in the chat for a while now. This is a live show, and you're more than welcome to call in. Hi, Boo Thing.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
What's going on, Coach Jay?
Oh, so you can actually hear me this time.
I do hear you. Yes, it's a miracle.
No, it's not always the case. But I'm just
I know, you
amazed at the energy. What's up?
Me?
No, no, you're fine. But I'm used to seeing you on the offensive, right? I love to hear what you think, the ideas. But when people flood you with information or questions, better yet, that kind of threw me for a loop. So a lot of people have questions. They're pushing. You good?
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great.
All
And I
right.
don't mind questions.
I love questions.
I don't mind questions at all.
Yeah.
Misrepresentation, I'm not a fan of.
Okay. True.
And I mean, that's just, true to it. I'm not good at misrepresentation and or accusations, I guess. I mean, those are definitely all triggers for me anyway. I mean, so, definitely not where I, want to be at. But then, I feel like some things need to be addressed, and then other things, part of me sticks to your perception of me is not my responsibility, right? You know how I feel about that,
True.
right?
True that.
Part of me sticks to that. I'm adamant about that, right?
Yep.
I feel like probably because, there was a lot of that, that I had to deal with, accusatory stuff that wasn't true, and misrepresentation on my part, like, oh, you said blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before some people jumped on, and Cherie Jones had said that I forgot what she said now. I lost my train of thought, but it wasn't bad or good or indifferent. But she had said something to me. Oh, she said she used the word beg. If I'm not mistaken, she used the word beg when we were talking about demands.
Yeah.
And I said at that time that like literally this is a healing moment. I don't know if you were there, but I was like, this is a really healing moment for me, because it makes sense why this narrative in the first place gets on my nerves more so than some of the other ones have gotten on my nerves. So when she said beg in kind of in place of demand, it made sense to me, right? Like it made sense to me why it stuck with me, because I was that woman that was begging my ex, you know what I mean? Begging him to stop, begging him to be better, begging him to do this, begging him to do that, demanding that he do this. I was definitely that person. And under the worst circumstances I could be. And you know what I'm saying? She's not anybody I even like. I'm still trying to deal with learning to like her, even though she saved me. I still don't like her. You know what I mean? She's not my favorite fucking person in the world. You know what I'm saying? But she did save me.
Yeah.
So all of this added together, of course, I definitely was feeling like, the need to defend myself until I realized it was, and also Seven said to shut it down. And I cannot say that I'm receptive and teachable and then don't listen to the men that are in my life, right? He is an important person in my life. I value what he's saying. I know that he knows my mind intimately, so I trust his, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he was some random ass dude been like Kim, other shit that, so, that's where I kind of just took a deep breath, let it go, balance myself back out.
So
And you came on
when,
here to
when
love
he
on
said
me.
when he said shut it down, like what was he referencing? What
Oh,
why?
he was referencing me defending myself
Oh, okay. Understood.
unnecessarily.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Unnecessarily. And he was saying, just, I remember Bruce. I don't know if you ever been on here when Bruce comes on, but Bruce comes on occasionally, and we were in the bar one day and we were all talking. Uh, so now, now everybody's upset because everybody. So now nothing I'm saying is all being misrepresented, but that's okay.
No, that's all
And
good.
he
That's all
said,
good.
yeah, it's all good. He said, we were talking about something, and they were talking about a particular type of woman that does a particular type of thing, and I said, blah blah blah, because not all women, Donna, and it was just regular talk. It wasn't like, we were just chit chatting. And he was like, I need you to stop right there. He was like, because the people that know who you are. You never have to defend yourself. And I was like, well, I'm not defending he goes, I know you're not defending yourself. You're defending the women that are a lot just similar to you, or, you know what I mean? So I let me say this. Even though he says, I'm going to say, Cherie, I wasn't even saying anything bad. I was actually saying that what you said gave me a healing moment and you upset. You see what I'm saying? I was speaking on how something you said triggered something in me, and I healed myself in that moment. I had a moment where I healed myself because of something you said. But you in your feelings right now about me because you misinterpreted what I was saying. I'm literally sitting here telling you that I'm grateful for the fact that you used the word that you used in place of the words that I was using. You as a woman, I never, okay. So you as a woman should appreciate the fact that another woman is giving you something to heal from. You know what I'm saying? So, um, don't get crazy with the seven. Don't get crazy with the seven.
But if she
Just,
wants to talk about it, she can talk about it, right? The
I
link's
mean,
in.
I've offered for everybody to call in.
Definitely. That's why I jumped in.
I
I
mean,
was like,
I
I got something
definitely
on me.
never said I didn't like her. I have no cause to say that. I was
Yeah.
literally saying the opposite. Literally saying the opposite.
We all have similar goals, right? I mean, I would like to think that we all want success and happiness for all people that are on
Mhm.
this podcast. We want people to be happy. And if you feel like you're not happy and you feel like we're not giving you something to make you happy, let's talk about it. Let's bring it to the table through and through all day.
I mean, agreed. I mean, and right here, we have the platform for it. So there's that.
Definitely. That's a
So
beautiful thing.
I agree. I mean, everybody's invited. The links in the comments. It's been in the comments. Anybody's welcome to come on that wants to come on. Um, so I'm again,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
obviously for whatever reason the delay or whatever it is that is it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
That's fine. You know what? It's always going to be that way.
it definitely is. It
There's
definitely is.
always going to be a person that you can go out and say, "Listen, I'm looking to cure world hunger," and they're going to be like, "What about people with cancer?
I,
Or what about people with, you know?"
right.
There's always going to be people that are not going to feel your vibe. They're going to go ahead and work towards that, and that's okay. That's just them.
Right. I mean, I get it.
That's more of a them thing than a you thing. So
Absolutely. I
you got to
agree.
do the dance and say, all right, cool. I'm not for you. Keep it moving. But if they
Right.
want to talk about it, we could talk about it all day. I love to
Right.
talk about it. And listen, I'm listening to the podcast, the show, and I said I got to jump on. I don't like when I feel like you're on the defensive, you're dancing like and battling with people. No, no, no. You don't need. You're okay. You're doing okay. You're doing a phenomenal job, and keep it going. So
I feel you. I appreciate you.
got you. I
And
got
I'm receptive. I'm receptive. And
right, right.
I mean, I know, and you know, and all along it's funny because I always do attract such warriors, I guess, in my life that are always like coming to my defense and, you know, checking me when I need to. And I had to learn to be receptive to that. You know what I mean? I wasn't used to that. My father was very, you know, in your face and kind of, and so I didn't really initially like those type of men. You know what I mean? That were
Yeah.
protectors, if you will, right? Because my dad protected me in a different way, and then didn't protect me at all. So it was kind of a weird thing, but um, I had to learn to be. But I am now. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for it. Just like even though Seven tried to get crazy with it. After I gave him his props, he tried to get crazy with it, but that's okay. I still appreciate the role that each of the men in my life play, right? The
No doubt.
energy that they bring and how dope everybody is. And this is my whole point though to this as well too. Why would I speak to you like that? I would never have to speak to you. I would never have to make a demand of you. I would never have to demand Seven. I would never speak to even you guys as my friend, acquaintance, network, whatever you want to
Good
associate
example.
our relationship. I would still never speak to you that way because of the men that you are. I would never do that. I just wouldn't. And I have no desire to either.
You didn't have to demand it. People respond out of love, and that's how it should be. Honestly, once again, here we go. I'm being repetitive. Married for a long time. I'm an OG in the game, but at the same
Right.
time, I don't. My wife doesn't demand things. She doesn't tell me what I have to do. She'll tell me her interests, what works for her,
Hmm.
and out of love, I go ahead and make it a priority to go ahead and add that. She doesn't turn to me and say, "Do this or I'm leaving," or "Move here or I'm leaving."
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay, I like that place, and then I'll look into it. Or, you know, yeah, number one right now, right? 15th anniversary. I'll tell you right now, 100% of our 15th anniversary. Hey, there's this restaurant that's really, really like fancy, beautiful spot. That looks nice to me. So what do I do? She didn't demand we should go there. She said,
Right.
that's nice. So what do I do? I
Taker.
take care of that. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be. It's not about demands because
Yes.
men, especially,
Hmm.
I would imagine, myself definitely, get uncomfortable with being forced. But if you suggest something, you say, "Yo, this is important to me." Oh, okay, I got you. Why? Because I love you and I
Right.
respect you. And I
Exactly.
feel you. What you've been saying tonight, spot on,
Exactly.
300%. And I think that's what it all boils down to: is the demand isn't there. It's love of abundance. Like we give
Right.
the feeling of love, and we say, "I have so much love in me. I need
Yes.
to
Give
do
it.
something about it." So
Yes, I need to give it. I need to, and
yes,
not for something in return, which we've said before.
yes,
We're
yes,
giving it because that's what we're choosing to do. I'm
yes,
choosing to give you this love. And I'm choosing, like I said, to sit back. And if I do have to say something, if something is said, then
yeah.
I am going to sit back and watch how you move. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to have conversation with you. And I'm literally not ever going to ask you to do something that would decrease you as a man. And in return, because I am preparing myself for the person that God intended for me, I'm also not going to do that for myself either. I'm not going to place those type of stipulations or whatever on myself. I wouldn't demand myself to, oh, you either going to do this or I'm going to give up on you. You do this, or I wouldn't say that to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what Paul wants. Sometimes people perceive things differently. Sometimes it's how a person says something or the action of how it was said. Just in general, they hear what they want to hear and run with it. Something touched somebody, and clarifying is perfect. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay, yeah,
But I also am agreeable with Coach Jay that so I do have very, I don't care if there's three of them, but there's more, a very loyal following.
yeah,
And I not only love and respect them, but I honor their energy in my life. And so I think that I definitely, my intention was to clarify. It was obvious that there was a misunderstanding, obvious. But once Coach Jay could see me passing the clarification stage and Seven could see me pass the clarification stage. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because they've taken the time, we've learned each other. We know how each
yes,
other moves. We understand how we operate. And so we're there. They're my tribe. They're part of my tribe, right?
yep,
So
yeah,
they're part of it. Doesn't matter where that tribe is. I have more than one tribe. I have little tribes, big tribes, but they're part of a very important tribe for me, especially with what I do here. So I absolutely agree, Mr. Winston, that clarifying is a beautiful thing to do. And I definitely also agree that Coach Jay knew that I was way past that point, you know. And plus, it's obvious. Again, I'm very transparent. I'll trigger on here. I'll cry on here. I'll be mad on here. I'll do all of those things on here, you know. And when people, so people know, they were like, "Oh shit, here it goes." You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, here it goes. So she about to cry. She about to cry.
I broke out my mic. I broke out my light. A whole bunch
You
of
was
things. I
ready.
was like,
We
"Yo,
didn't even
it's
need a
going
test
down.
run.
What I gotta do?"
You were like,
I had
we,
zero
we
intention.
I don't even need a test run. You came in like, "Can you hear me?" "Yes, sir." I was like,
because
yes.
because I think deep down, like, I can speak for myself, but I speak for many guys. Like, we wish you success. We want you to do well, right? We want you to be happy. And guess what, Kim? If you say something whack, please believe I'm pushing back. Probably, probably not on a open forum like this, but it'd be like, hey,
Right,
listen, that was what you said right there was whack. Like, let's talk about it. But that's a
right,
love thing. That's a
right.
respect thing, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
important, you know.
Of
So
course it is. We need to be challenged as human beings, and women need to be challenged by men, and vice
yeah,
versa. And
yeah,
that is a totally different conversation than what these narratives are pushing.
yes,
That's the opposite of what these narratives are saying for women to do and for
yeah,
men to take and tolerate, and then telling you how to behave in the presence of that fucked up energy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, definitely,
No, it's not okay.
yeah. I mean, I spent a vast majority of my life. When I was young, I was very volatile. Like, I was a very emotional kid.
Hmm.
Always, sadly, I hate to say typical, but sadly, single parent household. Mom raised me. I was energy, energy, energy. But the moment at a weird age, I learned to um, not control my emotions, but like kind of, you probably heard me say this before. There's a power in between the pause. So the moment when you have a moment of keeping it real or frustration, if you can pause for 1 second and do the right thing rather than the emotional thing, you become more successful.
Right.
So, throughout years, I spent time doing that. Like, literally, I want to punch the wall, but it was like, slow down, slow down.
Right.
What are the
Right.
what are the benefits of punching the wall? Does the
Right.
wall break? Do you have to fix the wall? Actually, I had a situation where I pushed my brother into a wall and damaged the wall. You have to slow things down and just totally be
Right.
um, just a person that is not relaxed, but understand your emotions and
Yeah.
to realize the right thing to do. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And you have to be. I said this to my child. I want to lose my train of thought, so I'm going to say the end before I say the beginning story. But you have to be peaceful in that moment.
hmm,
Is really what it is. And my daughter, one time, one of her relationships, they argued all the time. And I said, "Why, baby girl, are you continuing? When you're aware that this is happening, why are you choosing?" To be in this energy. And she said, "I think I'm supposed to learn how to argue. I think that's what the universe is trying to teach me. It's
Mm,
distorted and I get it, but I looked at her and I said, maybe. And so she was saying, so I'm trying to learn to argue the right way. And I said, maybe the universe is teaching you or wants you to learn to be peaceful in an argument.
mm, mm.
Most people aren't peaceful in an argument.
Sure.
I was trained to be peaceful in an argument, but it was out of necessity for survival. And so I think that's a trigger for me when once I get triggered and I feel like you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
never was
definitely.
able, like, I did a lot of lashing out angry afterwards when I was inebriated. And I did a lot of, I don't want to say fighting, it sounds gangster, but I was very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I would fight anybody that even like came in my vicinity. I was throwing hands, right? Not
Hmm.
fighting like punching, just swinging, at my hands swing, whatever. I just was aggressively, physically aggressive with them. And I couldn't figure out why do I keep doing, what's going on? Like they're trying to help me because I'm drunk or whatever be the case. And I finally realized I was never able to defend myself. When he would come for me, I couldn't defend myself. It's those moments that show up for me. And I realize, that's the healing moment for me, right? I'm
Mm.
not doing that same thing with all of this. Like I already knew when she said beg, it wasn't a trigger per se. It just was an awareness. Really, I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready to have that awareness, right? I knew that this shit pissed me off, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, totally aware of it. Um, until somebody says something, sometimes you don't really know or you don't really understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
I get it.
I
I
had to
get
I had to learn to pause, and I do it as much as possible, and I'm really good at it. But I also am sometimes can't pause, can't get it. Even if I'm in the moment going, this is what you're doing, you doing it. I'm gonna need you to pause, and my evil twin, Gemini twin over there is like, bitch, you better say something.
it. It's amazing. Like when you harness the pause, you can
Yeah,
realize you stop for a moment and you realize, why is this person responding this way? What are they
right.
doing? What do they look to accomplish? What do they want from me? And you start to break down things. You're like, oh, I get it. You're trying to get a rise out of me. Actually, your day was terrible, right? Your job may have fired you, or you're miserable and life is tough and you want to get worked up. So, so when you have that, like that strength, like it's hard. It is literally a process of for
It
me
is.
personally, meditation, like honestly, workout regimen, a lot of things of just inner monologue to
Hmm.
realize, that's redundant, but monologue, just to understand what's going on in your head, and you start to understand people for what they're
Yeah.
worth, right? All people have a motive. We all have motives. We all have.
Right.
When I say hi, what do I want? I might be looking to engage. I might be looking to check your motives and what's going on in life. But we all have motives. The more we realize that we have motives, or that what we say matters, the better off we are. Just being real with that. Saint Manning.
No, absolutely. Are you reading too?
Yeah, I'm reading too. We're reading together.
No, no. I didn't. I mean, I don't take it that way, but I can only speak for myself when I speak. Like I can't speak for everybody else. I do my best not to say all women or all men or whatever. I'll say most women or most men or whatever. And I'm not saying I don't ever slip up and get in the moment and be like, yes, us women, because I say us women a lot, because I am a woman. I happen to be a fucking woman. And I say it all the time. Born one, gonna die one, am one currently. And it is what it is. I can't speak for a man. Um, there's a lot of people that I can't speak for. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had this conversation with Gilly the other day because she has an autistic son who's my nephew, but he's my nephew. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not the same as me having an autistic child. I can't speak on those things that are relatable to that, right?
Mm.
So a lot of times when I say us women or I say women or whatever, and I don't specify all or most or whatever, I mean the women that I'm specifically talking about. Everybody knows that by now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that there's plenty of people that say all men and all women, and that's what the fuck they mean. They mean all men and all women, and that's fine and good, right? But mostly when I'm speaking, just like when I speak on white folks, when I say white folks and white folks get mad, why are you mad? If I'm not talking about you, there's no reason for you to be upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the white folks that have the mindset that I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean, right? That's what I'm talking for. If that's not you, okay, cool. And again, something I'm learning where if it's not me, I don't need to defend myself or the people in the category that I'm with in either. It's not necessary, right? But
Yeah.
I think that I don't think my defense I think my defensiveness is rooted even as far back as like childhood, being an only child and you know it was always, I don't know, I'm sure there's an only child thing there with that. I'm sure of it because I was always like I didn't do it. It was a dog. It wasn't me.
But deep down, side mission. We'll go ahead and hit the side mission.
Oh
As far as
shit.
no, 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 it's okay. So as far as demanding, I think the original thing was demanding women or demanding people.
No, a gentleman on my timeline put
Okay.
up um and it said, hold on, I'll tell you what it said. It said, women, listen, you need to start demanding marriage or walk away. And I was saying, why would you demand marriage from someone?
Mm.
I don't know if you've been on the whole time, but basically,
A vast majority of
that's
it because I was
a,
waiting because I
a
love this.
love this shit,
So
you know.
I was
But
waiting at 9 o'clock and it got pushed to 9:10. I was like, come on. But
me and JB talking before the show. It's his fault. Blaming him.
so so as far as that demand, if that is your interest, if a woman wants to be married, I think she should be fully comfortable and honestly able to share that from the very beginning. I feel like too many women
Yes.
and sometimes guys
Yeah.
maybe they don't say what they want from the very beginning. Listen, I'm how old am I? I'm 40.
Don't
I
try
got
to hide it now. Say how
yeah,
old it is.
got a couple weeks to 41, but at the same time, I realize that life isn't it doesn't last forever. And it's really
No.
important that we say what we want, what we desire. State
Yes.
how you state what you want. In that way, if a person can't fulfill that, they keep it moving.
Exactly.
And that's not demanding. That's just saying, "Hey, I want to go to
Right.
California. It's important that I go to California in the next 2 years." And someone says, "Well, listen, I can't bring you to California." All right, we're not going to California. Keep it moving.
Right.
It's just important.
I absolutely agree. That
Yeah.
there's always things that I say up front, and that's one of them. The
Yeah.
marriage thing, the Christian thing. My intention is to retire to Colorado. Not everybody's down with cold weather. I get that. And I've had guys go like, I'm never going to Colorado. Okay, cool. Peace out. Oh, you really gonna? Yep. I'm 420 friendly. I've had guys, well, I do this, and if you ever get caught, and then it could, oh, well, then I'm not the girl for you. You gonna bypass your king over some green? I said, you ain't my king if you gonna bypass me over some green. Like it can go either way. But no matter what, I'm not for you and you not for me. And we know that immediately right now, in 5 minutes in, not 5 years in now, then you're going, oh, I didn't know that you weren't ever gonna stop smoking. Yes, you did. You know what I mean? And again, Gilly will say to me, you can't tell people that. You can't be telling men, right away, you tell them too much. No,
No.
nope. Because if anything I say in the first 48 hours scares you, we not for each other.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Simple shit. And that's
It's okay. We
okay.
can be friends.
It-
We can go ahead and
right. Or we could be nothing. I could never talk to you again. That's fine too.
I'll send you a postcard. We're good.
I'll
We're
send you
good.
a freaking TikTok or something, but I'll share my TikTok with you.
So at
We
the
don't
end
have
of
to
the
do a whole
day,
lot of shit now.
the
So,
demanding thing, I think in general closing of the whole demanding thing, if someone cares about you enough, or not care about it cares about you enough, but if things line up well enough, it'll be important to them. Like they will provide that.
mhm.
I demand this. Next thing you know, they'll work towards that. But the idea of listen, if you don't give me this, keep it moving. That's not the pressure you want to provide or put on a person that you love.
Or a relationship that you should want to be in.
Yeah,
Let's talk about in general. You shouldn't be in a
it's not
relationship
comfortable.
that you yeah, who wants to be in a relationship where somebody's demanding something of you, which is ultimately an ultimatum,
Yeah,
or begging you to be something you're not? I mean, what if they're asking you to do something that just isn't who you are, right? Again, we can go back to the kissing thing. I'm going to kiss all the time as much as possible every time we kiss.
really.
Somebody
Okay.
said, "Oh, well, what if you just find the perfect man and he says he don't want to kiss all the time?" Well, then he's not the perfect man and he's not for me. And I'm not saying like everything else is perfect. Let's not get crazy with it, but for the most part, he's going to have to ask me to stop kissing. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. Or I'm going to have to ask him to kiss more. So I'm literally asking one of us to feel uncomfortable in who we are and not be our true authentic self to make the other person happy. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to be in that relationship, right? It doesn't, again, aggressively affectionate Christian. We not doing at least, that's a day one conversation for me. These are I'm aggressively affectionate. I'm definitely not a Christian. I'm definitely pro black as fuck. There are brothers that don't like that shit about me. I only go to 99% of the time, let's be clear, I have to give my money to some places. So if they can't meet your demands, it's over. I'm not demanding anything though. Blazer, I'm not demanding anything. I don't have any demands. I'm not demanding anything. I don't have it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to demand a man to marry me. I'm not going to demand him to do this. I'm not going to demand him to do anything. Or nor am I going to command him to or tell him to do anything. I literally truly want a man to be authentically himself in front of me. And I will determine and we will determine if we are authentically compatible. How hard is that? How hard is that? Can we just be authentically compatible? That's all I want to know. A preference is almost like a demand.
Nope. Nope.
Untrue.
I
Untrue.
listen. I listen. I prefer honestly. Okay, you're messing with me. So okay, here I am once again. Got to dive in.
Coach
40
J.
40 plus, married, 15 years, yada yada yada. All right. Would I prefer? I mean, a vast majority of guys would prefer is a young 21-year-old type this built like that, amazing cook, amazing this. Listen, it's not a demand, it's a preference. Like you could want these things, but at a certain stage in life you realize that that stuff isn't the end all be all. So yeah, you can prefer something, but it's not like a demand and an end game. Like I'm not going to go ahead and say you didn't provide that, and that's where we're going to
Right.
end it. We all develop, we all grow older, we all look to be happy and satisfied, but it's not the end of the game. I'm not going to go ahead and throw something away because they didn't provide that.
Right. Right. But the important thing should be a conversation up front. The most important core values of people should be up front because those things I just don't feel should be compromised. You know what I mean? There's just certain things that when so Blazers, he gonna come for me again. So Kim, when you said if they can't keep up with you with sex, then they have to go, right? Absolutely. We have to be sexually compatible. on every level that we can be sexually compatible on. Absolutely. And I stick by that. Again, I'm not taking back anything I have ever said. I am consistent in my truth. Consistent in my truth. I compromise is not for me. Compromise is not, that's not a demand. I let a man know up front what my sexual preferences are. And if he says that he is, that's, I'm not demanding him, I'm out. I'm out. It's not a demand. I'm not going to demand that you keep up with me. We're not sexually compatible. I appreciate what we've had, but I'm out. You can call it what you want. You can call it whatever you want. Me, Kimberly Michael, and the life that I live and the choices that I make and what I'm manifesting, that is not going to be my end result. That's what I don't think. I know that it's hard for y'all to understand, and I get it. I get it. But please know this, right? If there's anything you ever research or learn from me, learn about manifestation. Learn about the laws of attraction. Yes. Hey. Bye. Learn about the laws of attraction. Learn about manifesting, and understand that what I'm doing is creating for me. And I'm waiting for the person or I shouldn't say waiting. I'm preparing myself for the person who's going to co-create with me. He's creating and manifesting me for him, and I'm creating and manifesting him for me. And we are going to attract each other. And in the darkest or in the most brightest, I have no idea, we're going to find one another. And when we do, we will have manifested a relationship that is perfect for us. Not Blazer, not the Joneses, not Seven, not Coach J, not anyone that's on here. We are manifesting a relationship for us, for ourselves. It's not a contradiction. I don't know why.
So Kimmy, I'm sorry, Kimberly.
No, you're good. You can't. No, you can't go back now. You said okay. Kimmy. Okay. It is what it is. But wait. Let Jay. Let me do this because I have to do something. I have to pause for just 1 second.
Sure.
And then you come ask me. I don't know if Jay wants to do a commercial. I don't know if he's listening, but I need 1 second.
Let it happen.
1 second. All right, everybody, here's the deal. I am on my way over to SavageCom.entertainment because I fell in love with Kimberly Michael and I want to follow all of her videos. By the way, she's me, I'm her. So follow me over there, SavageCom.entertainment. Look me up, In Love with Kimberly Michael, so you can fall in love with me too. Woman, so I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, screaming that they're healed from their trauma self, which is the whole point of the show is women and accountability and women and accountability. I can hold myself accountable. Okay, questions. Sorry.
No, definitely, no doubt. So if you were, I'm not gonna say married, but you're in a relationship, a loved, awesome relationship with a man that's your being, your everything you want. And whatever health issues happened, and he was unable to be sexually okay, I guess you could say, to move forward. How does that impact that relationship? How do you feel? And this is just based on what people, obviously the people were commenting and responding. Like, is that an end game? Because a guy can't provide that? Is it over?
So let me be clear when I say this. Shut up, Blazer. I'm about to answer the question. So If you're talking about a relationship,
Yes. A relationship, love,
just a standard relationship,
a relationship
more
to the
than
point.
likely, yes.
Okay.
If you're speaking about my last relationship of my life, the spiritual connection, the emotional connection, the mental connection, and all of that, that is about evolving. That is about growth. And that is okay with me on every level, because that would require me to grow as well too at that point. And I'm willing to do that with the person that's intended to be with me for the rest of my life. I am not willing to do those type of things in a 6-month relationship that's going nowhere and never going to be anything other than it is. You
Okay.
see what
So
I'm saying?
if it were quote unquote marriage or long term, you would ride that out. If not, if this was a physical thing, obviously there's no no more physical. So kick rocks type of thing.
Yeah, if it's not my person
Hmm.
right now where I'm at, if it's not my person, and I'm dating you for 6 months and we're cool and we get along and all everything is what it is, and something happens and we got to bow out sexually, yeah, I'm out. Like, you're not, there's a whole, the 80-20 rule that they have.
Share.
Have you ever heard that? It was on a
Never.
movie. I never heard it either. I can't tell you the movie. Janet Jackson was in it. Jill Scott, maybe.
I could probably reach
A
for it.
whole bunch of people were in it. Silky Bye. It's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. It's not the case. It needs to be compatible. And if you were on the show the other night, with Queen and K Boogie, Queen agreed with me. She was like, absolutely, the person has to be sexually compatible, period. There's just no other, you can't get around that. So I'm not the only woman that's saying I'm not a nympho nut. Anyway, what was the question, Coach Jay? Oh, yeah, I don't know either.
No, we were talking. You were sharing your something about your relationship, a previous relationship that was sexual and non-sexual,
No,
or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
about a
I don't know.
previous relationship.
No, you were talking about how you felt about something, and I'm trying to think where we're going.
But no, if it's the last person, if it's my person, that's a different journey. That's a different thing. I'm because there's always going to be evolution. If something were to happen that requires us to slow down in that capacity, and he's my person, right?
Yeah.
It was about the parts not working. Oh yeah, no, I mean, whatever the reasoning is, if that eventually we're both going to slow down. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be hunching 7 days a week when I'm 101 years old.
Listen,
You know,
Kim,
3 or 4 times a week, maybe,
no,
but
Kim,
slow.
Kim, I'm going for
But
it. I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
I'm saying no sex, no Kim. I mean, Blazer, at the end of the day, yes, that is a true statement. If it's just a superficial relationship, I am not, but which I'm not here for. I'm not dating superficially. That's not what I'm doing. So I'm definitely not dating superficially. Jason said it was your person, Kim, and now he can't give you the D. What are you going to do? If it is my person, that's what I'm saying. That to me is that's a part of evolution. We have evolved. Our relationship has evolved. He's my fucking person. Let me say again, and again, people's perception of me is not my responsibility. If it sounds like a contradiction, that's what it sounds like to you. But I will do anything for my person. Anything for my person. I will not do anything for the next motherfucker. Please understand the difference. There's a difference.
We got to define that though. We got to define what's your person now.
My person is my end person, the last relationship that I'm manifesting currently, right now, in this moment. Define him.
Yes.
Define
please.
him.
Yeah.
Define my
What
person.
is your next? What is your person? Your being. Your guy. Like you're through and through person that I hate to say, you complete me, but you know what I'm saying.
I just
Channeling
threw up a little bit in
Jeremy.
my mouth.
Yeah,
So
Jerry Maguire is a great movie. So either
my
way.
it is. My person would not complete me, but he
Okay.
would
Fair.
enhance my completeness,
Okay. Fair.
right? But I don't even. That's just a feel good thing, right? Like,
Gotcha.
but my person would be healed, or at least definitely up on the scale of healing. He would be aware
Emotionally healed.
of his journey, right?
Okay.
Emotionally, well,
Fair.
anything, emotionally, mentally. I mean, my ex was mentally unstable, and he was not in a healing place for that either. So, no, you need to really be, mentally healing or healed. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know that you can again ever be healed, but I'd like to think we can. So, but you need to be at the same. We're not all at the same healing level, right?
Definitely.
We need to be when I say equally yoked, and when people say equally yoked, I immediately jump out of the Bible. I immediately jump out and think that applies to everything, right? So we need to be equally yoked spiritually. We
Okay.
need to be equally yoked in our healing. You can't be fucked all the way up and you ain't got shit. You don't have an idea. Everybody's fault. Everything in your life is somebody else's fault. Somebody else did this to you.
True.
She did this. He did that. I'm nowhere. No, baby. We way up in accountability up here, right?
Hmm.
I'm way up here in accountability. You way down here in responsibility. Even you ain't even fucking got to accountability. You on the lower level of responsibility. We not equally yoked in our healing journey, right? So my person needs to be equally yoked with me spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but he needs to be healed or deep off in his healing journey. He needs to have integrity and character, and he needs to be selfless, and our love needs to be effortless. And he needs to have his own peace so that we can co-create a peaceful environment. He needs to have his own happiness so we can co-create happiness. He needs to have his own joy so that we can create a joyful environment. That's it. I don't have no bullet. I
Yeah.
don't have no 6'5", 8'2", dark skin, short. No, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? My person is the person who moves not equally to me, but who harmonizes with me and balances me in every way that he possibly can. Period. We are in perfect balance with each other. That's why I use words like need. That's why I use words like perfection, because those are fucking important ass words. I need him. He needs me. And that harmony and balance is everything. Everything. When that person shows up, I'll do anything for him because he's never going to ask me to decrease myself for him anyway, because that's the type of relationship we already have. Even if he were to ask me to do something or to be something, it's never going to be something I can't be agreeable to, because he would never ask me to step out of my character, or he would never or challenge my integrity in any way.
Spot on.
So there's that.
No.
Period.
No. No. No.
Period.
Really. I've often said, like, listen, I can dance well. I'm a really good dancer, by the way. That's
Yes.
why I can. If it ever came down to it, you you're
You
at
gonna
a
dance at my wedding, Coach Jay?
you're at a wedding. Your wedding. I'm dancing. I'm good. That's what I do. I enjoy it. I really, truly, truly enjoy it. But I've often said, and I've had people on our podcast, and I discussed it. But there's nothing like dancing with someone else in unison and moving, right? A person
Agreed.
that brings that same energy is
Right.
never it's never more sexy. That's it. That's what we want.
Period. Yes,
Like
exactly.
you could be a good dancer. You're great. You're great. But no, dancing in unison and moving side to side and being able to do that, that's all we want.
Yeah.
So I totally respect that. Like you basically are looking for someone to mirror you, or to be a person that can dance with you and move with you
Right.
throughout life. And that's all
Right.
we want.
Us together to move too. It's not all about
Yeah,
me. It's about
of
us.
course.
That he has his energy, I have mine. We
Well,
get
well,
together. We have a us energy that we have to, you
well,
know.
who leads at the same day? At the same point, who
For
leads?
me, for
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
him.
yeah. So that's the thing.
Him.
Like, granted, a guy's leading, but it's beautiful because they're moving in unison.
Right.
So that's
Right.
all we're trying to do.
Yeah. It
Like,
might. At that point, there might not be. To eat my perfect dance is that there's not even so much a leader. You know what I mean? As we are just completely uh two moving objects, as one. I hate to sound like all goofy and shit and fairy tale-ish and knight in shining armor. And let me address Blazer because he's asked me 52
Blazer.
times. So let me say again, because obviously I wasn't clear. If it is my person, I would do anything for him. If he is my person and something happens, I am never ever parting ways with him. I'm looking for him
Anything,
here and into the next lifetime as well too.
anything.
Again, anything.
Okay.
Absolutely anything.
Repeat. Anything.
Anything.
What? Okay.
Yep.
Ooh,
Anything.
that
Again,
that
he's
right there.
not going to ask me to do anything I wouldn't do anyway. So
Yes. Yes.
anything
Okay.
he would
Okay.
ask of me, I'm able to do for him. I already know. Again, something I'm manifesting. Any fucking thing he wants, I'm doing for him. Fuck that
Understood.
shit. Anything.
Understood.
And shit
Understood.
he didn't even know he needed to ask me to do. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If
Uh,
if
we
if, if, if Tanya and Kiki need to come down, no.
Okay, but
No.
he wouldn't ask me because I don't like Tanya and Kiki anyway.
Exactly.
So
Okay. I
you
respect that. I
feel me?
respect that.
Right. I mean, and listen, trust me, I've had to have this with multiple men,
Yes.
multiple conversations because they're
Yes.
like, "You're fucking perfect. Can I have another chick?" No, you cannot. It's not
So
for me. I
everything.
just don't like
Yeah.
women. I just
Yeah.
had this
Respect.
conversation
Respect.
today. I don't. But see, again, he knows that, so he's
He
not gonna
knows it.
ask me. Right? That's not gonna be the one thing he gonna decide. He my person, and he gonna bust out 10 years in and go, I wanted to bring this chick home. No, bitch, we not doing that. That's gonna be my response. Then you can
But
come back on the
but
show and talk about how I contradicted myself and I talked to him any kind of way and I said so and so. So you damn right I did.
but it always comes down to that. It always will be like, "Hey, you say anything, right?"
You said anything, right, baby?
Oh
Maybe
my
we can do a threesome, right, baby? Yeah, we can. Go get your boy.
God.
I'm just saying.
You
Don't
see
play with it.
a teardrop slow drip, like, what do you mean?
I'm telling you. I mean, literally, every time I go on the dating website, at least two couples hit on me. Not men
Yeah.
or at what? Two couples at least. Hey, I'm like, I appreciate y'all. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it, but I'm not for you.
Yo,
Not gonna. So
I'm so removed from the game though. Like being married for years and years and years. I talk to my brother, I talk to my sisters,
are
and
they single?
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
and they're awesome, awesome folks. But I'm like, yo, I don't like they're telling me stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand the game. I'm so removed. I am outside of social media. Like I haven't dealt with social media love or respect. Like, I don't know. So,
It's some different shit,
oh
coach. It's
my
some different shit.
god.
I'm telling you. It's not, it's, and especially for people, I'll say this, and we've been on for over 2 hours now.
Oh, sorry.
Especially for people like us who are at a different level of healing and where we've evolved to a different space than a lot of people. We are not the majority anymore. We are now kind of the minority in this
Mm.
circus. And again, it's not anybody's fault. Nobody's bad. Single is beautiful, Silky. I've had a beautiful single life. I am not mad about my single life at all whatsoever. Could have been better sexually, but I mean, it's picking up. Things are looking better. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, my single life has been great. I have no complaints. It's been challenging. I have been challenged, but I've also seen a lot and grown a lot and been able to address things that I would have never addressed and determine who I am as a woman in relationship to a man. Like, I love all of it. What's up, Willie? I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm also done with it. Like, I have no desire to continue to be a single woman. I was meant for a man. I was built, created, molded, and me, myself, and I have prepared for a man. And that's, that's the end goal, period, is
Yeah.
for my person to fucking find me. My address is, no, I'm just kidding. So, for everybody, for what's going on, sir? What's going on? For everybody who is on, please subscribe, like, share the shit out of the show. I know some of you are just showing up, but we've been here for 2 hours.
Yes.
Miss Kimberly, Michael is tired, and to hear Coach Jay say it, Kimmy is tired, and
in the bed.
specifically for Coach Jay, I truly am grateful for you. I appreciate the love that you show me. I also appreciate the masculine energy that you bring, especially tonight when you knew I needed it. And I'm, grateful for that. So thank you for coming on and defending my honor, so to speak, but more so defending my honor for myself, not from anybody else. That means more to me than you jumping on somebody's neck and pinching their earlobes.
Listen, all things in love. Like, listen, love, respect. I appreciate you.
Yeah, the same. So everybody who came on, I'm so grateful. It's 10:10. Angel numbers, get it together. So every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time on YouTube, SavageCom.entertainment. Jim Savage is my producer. Sunday nights on Podbean, 9 p.m. Central Time. Thank you. Y'all come back and fall in love with me. All right, everybody, here's the deal. I am on my way over to SavageCom.entertainment because I fell in love with Kimberly Michael and I want to follow all of her videos. By the way, she's me, I'm her. So follow me over there, SavageCom.entertainment. Look me up, In Love with Kimberly Michael, so you can fall in love with me too. I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. Around screaming that they're healed from their trauma self, which is the whole point of the show is women and accountability and women and accountability. I can hold myself accountable. You're contradicting yourself. Oh, she was saying all kinds of shit. It's so cool.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, good show.
Well, yeah, you like controversy, so.
You know it.
I don't know who that chick was, but woo, she was on my lap. I mean, obviously, I don't need to talk about it. Obviously, she was pissing me the fuck. I was trying to hold it together, but I wanted to cuss her ass out. I want to say, look, bitch. I wouldn't do that, but I wanted to so bad, Jay.
I bet.
I wanted to be like, look, I don't know what the fuck you got going on or what's happening, but that is not okay. What's up, baby? Look at all that hair.
That's my daughter right there.
My daughter. Hi. Oh, beautiful. Oh, my God. Look at her hair. You need to talk to my child. She had hair just like that.
Just like that.
I mean, ridiculous. It looks like 5 heads of hair. That's her.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's like your twin, though.
Right.
Whole thing. But you're beautiful, unlike your daddy. You got your mama gave you. I tell my kids they look like their daddy, but I gave them their beauty.
No.
That's what happened.
Right.
So stinking cute. All right, take y'all asses to bed. I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you.
All right, Barbara.
All right.
Good show.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.